On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And here we are. And Madison, you reminded me just before we started recording, is it our 5-year anniversary?
It is. Can you believe it?
5 whole smackaroos.
Half a decade, which means that cult leader is how old?
She's old. She's turning 8 this year, I think.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
I know. It's crazy to think about.
And you know, that means that Gossip's Bridal is what, a year and a half old?
Who? Our redheaded stepchild?
Hey, we love her. We want to bring her back.
I know, but it's just, she's just got to wait her turn. She's like, I've been waiting. Let me out of here. She has we put the fucking bridle on her. We said, you shall not speak, Gossip's Bridal.
Until you can be a little more unhinged, I think.
Yeah, I think when she comes back, she's going to be a little...
unscripted.
A little looser. Yeah. A little more unfiltered for sure.
You know when artists like put out an album and it's like good, but it deviates maybe from their normal? That was kind of
like how Zach Bryan just came out with his new album and that one song. He's like Bruce Springsteen. He's like, hello. No. Wow. Blew our minds because we listened to it when we were together in the same car, in the same city, in the same place.
Oh, breathing the same air. Can you guys believe it?
Yeah, we were together and it was a little bit of a surprise to all of us. Well, like 2 weeks ago, I was on a hike with the champ and he's like, oh, what did we have the weekend of blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, nothing. But he's like, there's something on the calendar. And I was like, oh, it's Supercross is starting. And he's like, you should just go. And I was like, I should just go.
He said, get out of here, girl.
Yeah, he said, see you later. No, but he was like, you should just go. Like, you'll have fun. And I was like, you know what? I should. And I hadn't been back to LA since I left. Mm-hmm. And so I obviously called you and I was like, do you want to go to Supercross with me? And you're like, abso-fucking-lutely. It was kind of like a last minuter, but I'm so excited because we get to see each other a whole bunch over the next couple of months. And it feels like just the best little kickoff to that.
It really was the best kickoff. I picked you up Friday from LAX. Immediately, we drove straight to Swingers, got all of the food, saw those little robots delivering food. We laughed. Then we went to the Comedy Store.
Yep.
Had so much fun. Then came home. Then the next morning, we went to work out, which was great.
We did.
Okay, you guys, I love that he loves to work out. And I love to work out too. However, I had to tell him, I was like, are you trying to make this a wellness weekend? Because he kept trying to book workouts. And I was like, I'm not down for this. Well, no. I'll do one workout with you, and then I want to be a slob with you, okay? And he said, okay, I'm a monster.
No, I'm on like a schedule now. I'm like Monday through Friday, hitting it hard. Mm-hmm. And I had missed a workout, or I knew I was going to miss a workout. And it wasn't just that, though. I really loved the gym that I was going to before I moved. And that's in Orange County. And I missed all of the people there. And I always really loved the classes. And so I was like, hey, would you be down to take a class on Saturday? And you were like, yeah.
No, but I guess I have to.
I was like, let's do it. And you came and it was really fun. And our friend Alyssa was there too. So it was like really fun for us all to get to work out together, I thought. Well, actually, on the way home from the workout, we were just singing in the car, having so much fun. We were in the van. And I said, pull over. Let's get a pack of cigarettes.
No, he said, God, I really am feeling like a cigarette. And I said, I know just the place.
Mm-hmm. We got a pack of the Capris, the really long Capris.
The Capri 120s. They are so long. I saw somebody comment on your post saying, like, it made me laugh. Someone was like, one time my friend said, yeah, sure, I want to sit out here for 30 minutes and then throw up after, which is like very much.
So picture, we're full workout outfit in the parking lot of a liquor store. Sucking down a Capri. Just so fun.
So fun.
Letting loose. Okay, vacation. It doesn't count when you're on vacation. A vacation cig does not count.
And I felt like it was a vacation for me too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We did that. And then Saturday night, time for the races. Off to the races, baby. We went to Supercross. I was fading because let me tell you guys this. Friday, the day that I flew out there, as Madison just said, like, landed, immediately went out. We were out until 1 o'clock in the morning, which is 3 o'clock my time. Prior to even going to the airport, I had to wake up and go to the DMV on Friday morning.
Oh, God. And it was hell. They were so mean to you.
Oh, my God. The King Henry VIII of the DMV was this woman.
Working behind the desk, girl.
Oh, my God. In a wig. And she pissed me off so much because here's the thing. I went to the DMV. The DMV is annoying no matter what. I don't even think it's called the DMV here. It's called like the Tennessee Department of whatever. But
of assholes.
Of assholes. And so I go to the DMV. I have all the paperwork, everything necessary. And I get there and they're like, oh, well, yeah, but this needs to be notarized. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm telling the quick version. So I have to go all the way across downtown, get the fucking paper notarized. I come back, I hand it to them. They're like, was everyone who's on this document there for the notarization? And I said, was everyone there? There's two other people on this document.
My landlords?
I was like, was my landlord and my partner there in the past 20 minutes when I went to go get this notarized? I wasn't going to say no because I'm like, but I'm not going to say yes. She's like, it's a no. It's a no.
Why?
Like, girl, just fucking give it to me. And so I, full Karen, don't care, was like, get the manager. She's like, you want to talk to the manager? I said, yeah, I want to talk to your manager. She's like, you want me to ask her? I said, yeah, I want you to ask your manager. She goes over to her manager, shows her it, and she fucking pulls a power move because she's like, it's a no, right? I'm like, Your Honor, that's a leading question. That's what she's doing. Leading question. And so order in the court. Her manager looks at me, smiles, kind of rolls her eyes at her and is like, he's showing you what he has. Just let him have it.
I love that. I love when they get talked shit to.
Yeah. Because I was nice and I had everything and she like wasn't even listening to me. She wasn't trying to be helpful at all. She was just like, it's a no. Like, loved the power move of it all. And she slips me a little customer satisfaction survey. I'm like, what do you think?
The audacity.
What do you think I'm going to circle here, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
And so anyway, I ended up getting my license here, but I had to fucking go through all of that and then go to the airport. So it was just like a crazy day. So Saturday night, by the time the races come around, he's been going. We go out to dinner with my dad and his girlfriend after.
We sure do. And then
so tired,
but we get home because Spencer's staying with me. And Cisco is in the living room on the couch watching a movie. And I said,
you guys got to go over there.
Yeah, he's so sick of us because he does not look at you like a normal friend. He's like, that's like family and you can exit because I'm sitting here watching a movie.
I was like, girl,
let's get out of here.
We looked at each other and said, want to get out of here? So what do? We call an Uber. We take the Uber down to this bar called Cowboys and Country.
No, Cowboy Country.
Oh, Cowboy Country.
And it is so fun.
Line dancing, people watching, cigarettes.
Oh my God.
Motorcycles.
Loved it. Motorcycle. It was it was like Lana Del Rey. She would have loved it.
It was like Pee Wee Herman.
Okay, girl.
It was like Pee Wee Herman. And
But we did find out that John Stamos, like a week before, we were a week late, like a week before, had gone there and played guitar in some band that played there. It was wild.
Love it. And my friend Pat plays there all the time, which is how I even knew about it, was because he plays in a band that plays there.
It's a place that you never would think.
No, it's in like some like rundown strip mall.
Okay, so it used to be, I guess, a big strip club, but you walk in and there is an upstairs. There's rooms everywhere. There's a gift shop. Like it was wild.
Catch me there every time I'm in town.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go and we're gonna dance.
Yeah, we're gonna work on our line dancing.
Oh, also, I do want to say, Sunday, we had some friends come over to my house that missed Spencer. And speaking of working out, Spencer just became this big misogynistic man and wanted to lift things. And he was like, let me lift you. Hey, let me lift you. There's me and two other girls.
No, I don't remember how it started. I think it started with Leah. Our friend Leah has been working out a lot and looks great. And I was like, I bet I could fucking bench press you.
So he's bench pressing her. And then he's picking her up. And I'm like, okay. Then he's like, to me, he's like, I'm going to deadlift you. I'm like, okay, here we go. Deadlifted me. And then our friend Alyssa, he's like, all right, I'm going to squat you. She gets on his back and he starts to squat, loses his footing.
I did.
Throws her almost through my floor.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Insane. Well, let's talk about you made me pull words for a spelling bee of sorts. What's going on?
So listen. So I've been going through our DMs on Instagram, finally catching up on them. And I'm going to make it my mission to get through them and to respond to everybody because you all send such great things. But I've been getting this video of these friends doing a spelling bee, and people are like, you guys need to do this because it's fucking funny. And so I was like, okay, Spencer, pull like 3 to 5 words that are, I don't know, cemetery related, death related, chemicals, whatever. And let's do a fucking spelling bee. And Austin, I need you to like ding, 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 and put the letters on the screen and all that if you can.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome to the obituary spelling bee.
Woo.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Your word is Nope, I can't even say it. Exsanguination. It means to bleed out or death from blood loss.
I need to make sure you're saying it right because
I have it pronounced out here. Exsanguination.
Exsanguination.
Yes.
I'm going to say exsanguination. E-X. A. That's not it.
Mm-mm.
You?
No. Exsanguination.
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 Oh, E-X-S-A-N. Let me try and type it.
Don't Google.
I'm not. I'm typing on my notes. E-X-S-A-N-G-U-I-N-A-T-I-O-N.
Yes.
Okay.
Exsanguination. Good job.
Thank you. Your word is thanatopraxis, which is embalming for all intents and purposes. Thanatopraxis.
The natto or fa-natto?
The.
Like
natto.
thumb?
Yeah.
Okay. T-H-A-N-A-T-O P-R-A-X-S-I-S. What is it?
You added an extra S. It's T-H-A-N-A-T-O-P-R-A-X-I-S.
Oh, okay. So kind of
Close. Very close.
Okay. The next one I have for you is sepulcher. Sepulcher. It's a tomb, burial chamber, or grave.
S-E-P-U-L-C-H-E-R.
Close. It's R-E.
Oh, okay. I've seen the word.
Okay. Good job.
Thank you. Your word is lacrimatory.
Lacrimatory?
Lacrimatory. And it is the little bottle to gather the tears of mourners. It's its proper name.
Oh, okay. L-A.
Uh-huh.
C-R.
Lacrimatory.
Yeah, L-A-C-R.
Nope.
K-R.
Nope.
L-A-C.
Mm-hmm.
O-U-R.
No! It's L-A-C-H-R.
Oh, please.
Y-M-A-T-O-R-Y.
I was trying to go like a lacquer.
Okay, let's do one more each.
Okay, one more. I have an easy one for you.
Okay.
Hexamethylene tetramine. Hexamethylene tetramine.
Ladies and gentlemen, does it count if she can't say it?
Hexamethylene tetramine.
H-E-X-O.
No.
A. H-E-X-A-M-E.
No. Yes, I mean, sorry. I can't read either.
T-H-O-L-Y-N-E.
No. Hexamethylene tetramine.
Girl, I give up. Okay.
You were close. H-E-X-A.
Uh-huh.
M-E-T-H.
It's not a matter of spelling this one so much as remembering it. I can't remember that.
That's true. That's very hard. Okay. All right. Last one.
I need
for
the
me.
little like board where we can.
I know.
Like, right? Catafalque.
Oh, C-A-T-A-F-A-L-Q-U-E.
Yep. And that is the wooden framework that supports a coffin.
My costumes.
Yay!
Yay! Good job.
We were good. We were bad. We were good, bad.
And if you guys want to send in suggestions, please do, because I love this.
Or DM them to us separately on our Instagram accounts so that we can ask each other.
Yes. Okay. Love that. Love that.
Then we'll reconvene next week. All right.
I don't feel as much of an asshole as I thought I would. Because I feel
Great
like
segue,
we did
Madison.
well. Oh, brother. And now I do.
Okay, this one says, am I the asshole for not corroborating my cousin's story of a seemingly paranormal experience we had as kids? It says, hi, I wanted to get others' opinion on this. When I was young, my cousins and I would often spend a couple of weeks at my grandparents'. I'm not saying I think something paranormal happened, of course, but one night, one of my cousins and I were up on the roof in the storage area playing, and we heard laughter and sheets rustling in a windowless room. We obviously ran crying and went to the room we were sleeping in, and we hadn't told anyone because I think we weren't allowed to be on the roof that late. Since then, years, decades really, have passed. Both my grandparents have passed, and us cousins have moved elsewhere. We were all there until Wednesday because my aunt had passed away last weekend and stayed over. Tuesday night, after years, we were again on the roof during sunset. My cousin just pointed to the storage area and said, "Remember what happened?" She told my wife and her mom and my mom and her brother about what happened that night. I said it was the neighbors that probably made some noise if that's the case, but I don't remember. She got defensive and said, no, it wasn't. I said, we were kids, then I don't remember what happened, but logically, if that's what happened, it was probably something else we heard. While we were still on the roof, when I talked to her about something else, she was cold with me and said I made her look crazy in front of everyone. I stuck to what I said, but really, if I'd agreed, I'd have been the one sounding crazy. Am I the asshole?
Girls.
I don't know. I just like go with if you think the story happened or you remember it, just say it that. You don't need to you're saying you remember it. Just be like, oh yeah, that was crazy. I wonder what it was.
Yeah.
You did make her look crazy, which is weird.
Yeah. Why are we making a big to-do about nothing? Just say it did or it didn't.
Quit making a big to-do about nothing. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, this next one says, am I the asshole for planning to leave my partner when his father dies?
Oh, shit. Okay.
This one's so fucking messy, girly. It says, my partner, 45 male, and myself, 49 female, have been dating for 3 years. After 1 year of dating, I relocated to be close to him, moving nearly 2,000 miles. In the 2 years since I've been here, he refuses to introduce me to his family, using reasons like, they won't like that you're divorced, or they won't like that your previous business had bad reviews, or they won't like your political views, etc. There's always some excuse. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem, except he spends nearly all his spare time taking care of his elderly parents. And since I'm a secret, He only manages to find time for me once or twice a month, which is not satisfactory to me. I've been telling him for the past 2 years, if either one of your parents dies before you get around to introducing me, we are over. But I don't think it sinks in. Just whenever I bring it up, he says right now is not the best time. And of course, as elderly people get older and more frail, they get more complicated, not less. So I feel that these are just excuses. Most recently, he told me he was uncomfortable with the fact that I don't inquire about his parents often enough, to which I said, why should I be concerned about strangers? The whole issue is making me angrier and angrier, and I can't stop thinking about how he's going to be blindsided by me saying goodbye one day when he calls me to say his father passed away. And yet, he's gonna deserve it. Am I the asshole for feeling this way?
Okay, first of all, why are you waiting until this happens?
Girl, you're a clown.
You're a
what
clown.
The problem is.
He's either ashamed of you, or he's ashamed of his parents.
Or
either way, his parents are dead and he's making it up and keeping them in the basement.
No, or he has a fucking wife and kids.
Oh,
and he's
honey,
seeing
that's
this
probably
person
it.
once a month.
You are a side chick and you don't even know it.
You're the side bitch. Here's the thing. I don't want to be rude. Like, I know I said clown, whatever. We're just, we're keeping it light here. But here's the thing.
Why are you sensitive all of a sudden? She is a clown.
Well, here's the thing. We've all been a clown in a relationship before.
Oh, call me bozo.
Honk, honk, bitch. We've been there. But here's the thing. Here's the reality of the situation. You're not fucking owning him by being like, oh, just wait till his dad dies and then I'm gonna break up with him. It's like, girl, you're being clowned. He is dragging you along.
Girl, it is like that one Valentine's Day when that guy who was probably married and I had no idea said, I'm going to pick you up in a limo.
You thought the limo was coming.
And I was waiting.
And you
waiting for the limo.
Waiting.
Girl, I was waiting. I was in thigh-high boots, girl, waiting.
Shit. Oh, fuck. Well,
you're a clown. And it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
But you need to dump him now, sweetheart.
Yeah.
You need to dump him now.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of side bitches,
you should have one.
I do have one. And first of all, I got to show you this picture. I'm going to text it to you. Do you have your text on your iPad?
Okay, got it. Love the 80s hair. Love the legs.
Ugh, just so good.
I'm assuming this is for the man.
It
and
is.
He's a leg man.
This is for George O'Donnell. And it says, George O'Donnell died at his home in McKinleyville, California on May 12th, 2016 at the age of 86. He left behind gallons of bourbon, vodka, and gin that we have no idea what to do with because we're all sober.
Oh.
He was self-indulgent, kind and curious, fond of jokes and unexplainable phenomenon. He believed in UFOs and liked to contemplate the vastness of the universe. He was very proud of the dysfunctional family he left behind. George grew up as an only child, well-loved and spoiled by James and Louise Becker O'Donnell in Rochester, New York. Born on July 9th, 1929, he had a thoroughly Irish Catholic upbringing, attending St. Augustine Grammar School and St. Thomas Aquinas High School. His mother envisioned the priesthood for him. But George left Mary Knowles Seminary when he discerned his true calling of loving the ladies.
Ooh.
He learned drafting at St. John Fisher College. He was proud of his service in the Korean conflict, serving in the rank of first lieutenant. George's employment history was unusual. Shocking his conservative parents, he moved his young wife Jerry and infant daughter Kathleen all the way from New York to California in 1955 with no job prospects. The car broke down at the Grand Canyon, but they ran into helpful strangers who towed them to Los Angeles. His eternal optimism bore fruit as he talked his way into work as an engineer, working for Litton, RCA, and Hughes Aircraft. He didn't much care for the work, but loved the long, boozy lunches with coworkers.
My grandpa worked for Hughes.
I know. This could have been the same time. Interesting. Huh. Despite fairly steady employment, through which he supported not only his family, but enormous partying habits, he believed that a 9-to-5 job was for the unimaginative and dreamt of becoming a professional gambler. He stayed married to Jerry for a record 13 years, long enough to have 5 girls to whom he imparted his take the road less traveled philosophy. His good looks, joie de vivre, dancing skills, and love of beautiful women led him on many romantic adventures and 2 more tries at marriage until he realized he was better off single and friendly.
Love.
Tired of the limitations of regular work, he tried his hand at many different things, including sales, gambling, used cars, gambling, and Amway. He strongly believed in the power of positive thinking and used it successfully to buy and sell real estate in San Diego for many years. He loved the horse races and was twice victorious in his lifelong quest to hit a pick 6. He remained close to his Catholic roots and attended Mary Star of the Sea in La Jolla and St. Mary's in Arcata. As proof of his continual luck, George was able to live for nearly 18 years at the fabulous League House in La Jolla, in a stunning studio apartment with a view of the ocean. There he found kindred spirits and a mutual love of shenanigans. He was known for his twice-weekly showings of his favorite movies, repetition being his strong point. Moving to McKinleyville to live with his daughter, he continued a consistent routine of washing down his morning vitamins with screwdrivers, starting on martinis at noon, and finishing each evening with Manhattans. He called his friend Mickey almost daily to bet on a game. He loved football, the Padres, chocolate, Amy's Toaster Pop, Sidney Sheldon novels, tabloids, game shows, the Playboy Channel, and Lifetime Movie Network. His fondness for John Wayne movies was surpassed only by his love of fried chicken and reruns of Johnny Carson. His favorite show, Deal or No Deal, combined his major life interest of beautiful women and gambling. George was enthusiastic about bridge and played for many years with La Jolla Bridge Club and more recently with Sequoia Bridge Club in Eureka. Whenever possible, he enjoyed blackjack in our local casinos. He passed on his skill as a keeper of treasures and horse race handicapper. George is survived by, he lists all the family, and then it says, tremendous heartfelt thanks to the staff of Eureka VA Clinic, Humboldt Caregivers, and Hospice of Humboldt. The care providers at these organizations deserve medals for dealing with the cantankerous with skill and grace. It would be very fitting if people had a drink of their favorite beverage to celebrate George's passing.
Oh, George, I love you.
You want to talk about a guy's guy? He's like, hey, give me a drink and show me the gams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playboy Channel, gambling, Amway. You know he was salesy.
Oh, he was. Oh, you've never seen a knife like this before. You've never cut through anything like this before. I remember one of my little sister's friends started Amway. They're like 21. She's like, hey, if anyone needs any knives, like so-and-so's working for this company. I said, girl, it's not good news. And of course, I'm like annoying for doing that, right? She's like, oh, she's like,
supportive.
She's like, she's starting a business. Yeah, just got to support your friend. And I'm like, girl, no, I can't do it. But what I can do is put us on a quick break because I'm dying to hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
Oh, I cannot wait to tell you.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week, girly?
All right, girlies. As you know, we have talked about body snatching, grave robbing, resurrectionists. Oh. I mean, we have even put them in our book.
We've talked about erectionist.
We have death erectionists. But what we have not talked about, and I can't believe that we haven't talked about this because it's so wild, is the aftermath of all of that. So we know that once medical schools really started popping off, like in the late 17 and 1800s, suddenly everybody was like, we need bodies for anatomy. But nobody was volunteering their loved ones or themselves. Like donating to science wasn't a thing yet. So grave robbing went from like what I pictured before, like really researching grave robbing and like doing all our episodes on it was like, you know, the little grave robbers in the Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
Like the little ghosts. It almost felt like folklore a little bit, or just like, oh, that happens once in a while. Some con man grave robs. Like,
or like there was like a Davy Crockett of the times type of fictional, well, not fictional, but like, well, I don't know, heroic folklore. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So it went from that in my head and in history, I think, to a full blown underground industry, which we've totally gone into. We've gone into doctors and medical students were stealing bodies out of graves, cutting them up for anatomy class, buying and selling them through resurrectionists, displaying them, boiling them, hiding them in basements and all over, right? Again, I know that sounds redundant because it is. We have whole episodes on it. But what we've never gone over are the riots that happened after this.
Okay.
So wild. I think people went from like what I was saying, like, oh, that's not really happening or that's not happening here, to it fully happening everywhere and making people just seethe with anger. Not only were they pissed at people snatching corpses, but there was a belief at the time that dissection was disgraceful. There were some religious beliefs too at the time that people still held, that like God wouldn't look at them the same when it was time for Judgment Day, or, you know, because their bodies were being desecrated.
Right.
This was why before 1788 in Great Britain, they outlawed dissection, but only let medical schools have like a few executed criminals a year. That's Great Britain, but my story takes place in New York and people fucking snapped. It was pure chaos. So we're going to get in. And what had me spinning this week were the Doctor Riots of 1788.
Love it.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to New York City. It's 1788. The country is brand new. George Washington is fucking president, girl. Like, it is brand new.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
Yes. And this is like around the time of Alexander Hamilton. He's a founding father, and his name will come up again later. So hold that thought. But New York is growing fast and medical schools are starting to pop up everywhere. Anatomy in particular is becoming essential to medical training, as we know, which means they need cadavers. They don't have a legal way. Grave robbing starts, and it starts happening mostly in poor cemeteries and in black cemeteries. But when they run out of bodies there, they start going to all different kinds of cemeteries. The people of New York start to get suspicious. They are like literally going and they're checking on their loved ones and standing guard at night. And I'll get into that too a little bit later. But newspapers are starting to report on bodies missing, and people are really like living on edge at this time. And then something wild happens that really it's the straw that breaks the camel's back, okay? So one day in April of 1788. And I have to say, when I read this story, I'm like, this has to be fake. And it wasn't. There's a group of kids playing outside of New York Hospital. In a lot of newspaper clippings, you'll see it be called Columbia College, which plays a role later on in this story. But Columbia College, which is now Columbia University, and New York Hospital had like a very close-knit medical program. So I think they kind of get confused together. So this is New York Hospital. The kids happen to be right by the anatomy lab. And so, like little kids, they are curious and they want to peek in and see what is happening. So they look through the window and they see a student dissecting a woman's body. Now, the student's name is John Hicks, and John is a student under the physician Richard Bailey. And Richard Bailey, I guess, is like the first chief health officer of New York City. He's a big deal. John Hicks, the student, notices the kids peering through the window, okay? And he gets pissed. And so he fucking grabs the cadaver's arm that's not attached to the body and goes and waves it at the kids through the window. If that's not traumatizing enough, though, Spence, he says something along the lines of like, "Hi, this is your mom's arm. I just dug her up. Hee hee."
Oh, God. And
the kids obviously freak the fuck out because it's scary. But to add insult to injury, one of the kids actually had just lost his mom.
Oh, no.
And so the boys run home crying. They tell their father. The one boy tells his father. The father grabs a shovel, goes straight to the graveyard, and digs up his late wife's grave. He opens her coffin, and lo and behold, it's empty.
No way.
Yes. Now, I've searched high and low, and there's no evidence that that body was actually the mother of the child, but it absolutely could have been. And what a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
So the dad obviously snaps. I don't know. I'm like, if some snot-nosed college kid waved
I'd break
an
his neck
arm
with
at
a
my
shovel.
kid, totally, he would be 6 feet under. He would absolutely be six feet under. And I also feel like, someone has snapped and it's fucking over with when they don't call authorities to step in. When they're like, oh, hell no, I'm doing this on my fucking own. And that's exactly what he did. And I do not blame him, because I feel like they probably would have done nothing anyway.
Sure.
So he starts telling his neighbors, he tells people through the town, his neighbors start telling people, and within hours, crowds of people are at the fucking hospital where the incident took place. This shit got me so fucking pumped up reading it, though, because I was like, yeah, these people are down as fuck, but also grave robbing and body snatching was kind of starting to touch like everybody's lives.
Yeah.
So people were pissed.
Well, and it's very society, right? Like, they care because it's now affecting them.
Right, totally. And it is, a lot of articles do touch on that, because it's like, well, you weren't enraged when it was, I'm assuming that these people are white, but you didn't care as much when it was happening to the black cemeteries or the poor cemeteries.
Yeah.
And now you're pissed. Either way, everybody's fucking mad. First, the crowds were a few dozen, then it grew to hundreds, then it grew to thousands. Okay, everyone screaming, demanding answers. Then they stormed the building, as they should. And I have a little snippet from the Times-Union from 1878, which was 100 years after the situation that happened. But the way they describe it in this article is insane. They say that at first people were just curious, like looking around. They wanted to see if the rumors were true that all of these dissections were going on. But then the crowd again started growing and growing and growing, and suddenly that curiosity kind of turned into just pure rage. The article says, quote, threats and denunciations began to be heard on every side, and then appeals for vengeance, till at length there was a rush for the door. And then once they got inside, the article says, quote, a terrible rattling of bones as the infuriated men tore down and smashed every anatomical specimen that came within their reach. So they were destroying everything, every cabinet, jars, skeletons, teaching specimens, everything. They were pissed. Then they go to the dissection rooms at the lab, and that's when they find what the article calls, quote, fresh subjects apparently just dug up. Meaning these bodies were still very new and completely recognizable. They were somebody's family. And the article says, quote, kindled their rage tenfold, which of course it did. So wild. Okay, but after I found that newspaper article, I found a quote from SmithsonianMag.com, and I have it obviously linked, that made my stomach fucking hurt when I was reading it. It says, quote, Colonel William Heth, writing in a letter to Governor of Virginia Edmund Randolph, described what happened when the men got to the hospital. The cry of barbarity and etc. was soon spread. The young sons of Galen, a poetic allusion to a physician in ancient Greece, so all of the young students fled in every direction. One took refuge in a chimney. The mob raised and the hospital apartments were ransacked. In the anatomy room were found 3 fresh bodies, one boiling in a kettle and 2 others cutting up, with certain parts of the 2 sexes hanging up in a most brutal position. So I think they were hanging them by their genitals, if I'm correct. The circumstances, together with the wanton and apparent inhuman complexion of the room, exacerbated the mob beyond all bounds to the total destruction of every anatomy in the hospital. So yeah, at that point, it was no longer a protest. They were out for fucking vengeance, this angry mob of people. And I guess some of the employees and students of the medical school tried to stay and guard some of the specimens because I guess they had thought they had worked hard on them, and some of them were like shipped in from other places. And so they tried to stand guard of those specimens, and they got their asses drug into the street, and those specimens were set on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like wild. So then this is when the mayor at the time, Mayor James Dwayne, shows up, and he shows up with some authorities. And he is like, obviously, like, what in the fuck is happening? Like, why is there so much chaos going on? But he orders all of the doctors and students to be taken to jail, but not because they would be charged with anything, but to literally protect them. He thought, like, people are out to kill you.
Like protective custody.
Yeah, like the jail is going to be the safest place. So after the hospital gets destroyed that night, you would think that maybe people would go home, like they've made their point, we destroyed everything. But no, it actually makes it worse because now the entire city knows that doctors are stealing bodies, they are hiding corpses, and they're just doing unimaginable shit that normal, like, lay people shouldn't see. So overnight, the story spreads through New York like wildfire. And by the next morning, the crowd is about 5,000 people deep. They march over to Columbia College. These people wanted doctors to be brought to justice. They were pissed. So they storm the campus. They smash windows, kick down doors. They're tearing up lecture halls. They're searching dorm rooms, looking for anybody who's a medical student or a doctor. This is where Alexander Hamilton comes back into the story. He is at the front steps of Columbia. And he is like, you guys, like, trying to get everybody to, like, calm down and, like, please don't storm the college, like, whatever. And they are like, girl, not fucking today. Like, get the fuck out of our face.
Like,
and he's a founding father.
He's like,
rapping.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, no, girl. Not today. So some of the crowd is ransacking Columbia now, and then some of the crowd is off in the streets, like breaking into doctors' actual houses and looking for specimens and for doctors. That day, like, doctors and anyone who looked like they could be a doctor were fucking terrified.
Crazy.
So then the angry mob heads over to the jail because they catch wind that all of the doctors are there. And one person tries to force their way into the jail and is shot and killed by a guard. So after that, as you could imagine, this only made every rioter even more fucking pissed. And the mob is armed with rocks, bricks, like whatever debris they could find, okay? They start trying to destroy the jail and get inside because they want the doctors. Now the mayor is like, okay, I have lost total control of my city at this point and I need help. So he calls the governor. The governor calls in the troops. So armed soldiers show up with muskets. And then I also read bayonets, which I think have like the long sword on the end. And they form a wall in front of the jail. And at the same time, the governor sends in a man named John Jay. And I did not know who John Jay was, but apparently he's a founding father.
Okay.
But he steps out in front of the mob and like raises his hand and tries to start speaking to like calm everybody down. And he is hit in the face with a rock. He goes down, blood's everywhere. He's escorted away. He survives. He's fine after, but the mob got him. So then they have to send in a Revolutionary War hero named Baron von Steuben. And he tries to do the same shit as John Jay. He goes up there and he is trying to calm the crowd down. And he gets a brick to the head. Blood everywhere again. Like the mob is not having it. And I think at this point, the authorities were pissed, but also embarrassed because they couldn't handle this. And so somebody gives the orders to the militia to open fire. It turns into complete chaos. People are being stabbed with the bayonets. People are being shot and killed. About 20 people died that day.
Oh, no.
Although some articles say, oh, that's exaggerated. It's 8 or 10 people, but I also read a lot, 20 people.
Damn.
I know. So obviously everyone is in shock the next morning, the streets are quiet. I did read, though, that like a couple days later, New York just got back to normal, like nothing happened. But people really do start processing what the hell just happened. What most people did was go and check on their loved ones that had passed away.
Yeah, I would.
Like, yeah, they're over at the cemetery, like, what the fuck, checking on graves, digging them up, exhuming the coffins. And then to quote that Smithsonian Mag article again, they said, quote, people regularly went to the cemeteries to inspect the graves of their loved ones and formed armed groups known as Dead Guard Men to protect the cemeteries,
Dang.
which I love the name.
That's cool, yeah.
And I was going through the newspaper archives and I saw a few articles from after the incident, but they're all written in a way that I can't really understand. But some of the articles from the 1800s were better and talked about how many of the medical students after this incident spent time in the country, like away from the city. And then a lot of them just left New York because it was wild.
The jig is up.
The jig is up. So remember how I said that in Europe or in Great Britain, dissections were banned, but they did give medical schools executed corpses, like a few a year. Well, in the US, grave robbing was not illegal yet, but just because I don't think we needed laws yet until we needed them, right? And this called for, yes, we absolutely need laws. So they passed a law after this riot, making it illegal to dig up bodies for dissection. And they created a whole system where medical schools could only get cadavers through the state, just like how Great Britain was doing it. So yeah, that was probably the most famous anatomy riot. The Doctor's Riot of 1788 is the one everyone talks about. But it's not the only one. There were riots more in New York, Philly, Baltimore, London, Paris, like you name it. There were anatomy riots and doctors' riots everywhere. So I'm going to need to do like a part 2 and 3 and 4 because they are absolutely wild still.
Please.
But I just loved learning about this truly because looking back, like, yes, medicine needed to advance in some way. And to do that, they did need bodies, in my opinion. However, people needed to protest and riot to make sure that those bodies weren't stolen or done without consent. So it's like, fuck, like, it's just like, there's like necessary things. I don't know.
Totally. No, I totally see what you're saying. And I feel like it's just like, but it also gives some resolution to the fact like, oh yeah, because that had to have stopped eventually, like the medical students stealing the bodies and stuff and the grave robbing and stuff. But as we'll see in my coffin spinner this week, grave robbing is still very much relevant.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spence, what had you spinning in your coffin?
All right, Geoffs, the moment you've all been waiting for. This week, a brand spanking new scandal had me spinning in my coffin, and it is insidious.
Oh, no. Fuck. Okay. Is this a funeral home?
No. I'm telling you everything we know so far about a man named Jonathan Gerlach and the skeletons in his closet, his basement, and a whole bunch of other places. So actually, you could say he had a funeral home at home. Is what's going on here. So this all takes place in Pennsylvania in a city called Ephrata, which I was like, I've never heard of that before, but it's, I guess, 75 minutes outside of Philly in Pennsylvania. And what's interesting is that I think the name is like the modern translation of Bethlehem. City.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, this story's fucking bizarre. This is a case that one government official involved with said, and I quote, "a horror movie come to life."
Oh, God.
From what I could gather, basically, there was a string of grave robberies happening, and detectives, authorities in the area had all been on high alert for a while because there had been a lot of recent investigations launched after all of these reports were coming in since November, between November and January of like this past November and this current January of graves being disturbed and cemetery burglaries. And we're talking big numbers. This primarily took place at the Mount Moriah Cemetery in none other than Phila, PA.
Phila, PA? Why haven't I heard about this?
I mean, listen, over 26 mausoleums and vaults at the cemetery have been busted open since November. This cemetery in particular was established all the way back in 1855, and it is the largest cemetery in all of Pennsylvania. It contains over 150,000 bodies, which is a lot of graves.
Wow.
But what's interesting is, so the cemetery, even though it's so populated, so densely populated, the cemetery closed its gates in 2011, which we know that sometimes cemeteries have to close when they run out of burial room. But I don't even think that's the case here. It's just totally let itself go after 2011 when the last of their board of directors died. It's now considered to be one of, if not the largest pieces of abandoned burial land in the US. So it's very overgrown. No one's really paying attention to it until now, that is.
It's a dead cemetery.
A dead cemetery that somebody was like, okay, well, I'm going to take it upon myself and just let myself in and take what I want. And that is
God.
This Jonathan guy. And I was trying to figure out, because I'm like, okay, so they heard this string of grave robbing was happening. How did they get to Jonathan? And I saw a few differing accounts, but the most consistent report seems like somebody had been at this Jonathan guy's house, I guess, recently. Jonathan's 34. So he's our age. Someone was at at his house recently, and they saw a partially decomposed corpse hanging in the basement of his house.
Oh my God.
They sent in a tip, I guess, like an anonymous tip to the authorities, like, hey, I saw this. I don't know if this is something you want to check out. So they start tracking him, Jonathan. They're keeping an eye on him after receiving this tip. They like get his license plate and everything, start matching it up with like, okay, was it seen in the area during the time of any of these grave robbings? And
wait, I love that they like took it seriously and started trailing, like, ooh, instead of just going like, hey, we got a complaint that you got.
No, there's still good old detective work happening in this country.
Yeah.
And so they start combing through his social media and whatnot, and they learned that he was following all of these other accounts that sold skeletons and like sold body parts. And they're like, oh, he's probably been selling body parts himself. He's also part of all these Facebook groups. So they're like convinced that the more that they're following this guy and like going through all of his like internet activity and everything, they're like, okay, this guy is fucking stealing bodies and selling body parts.
The more times change, the more they stay the same.
So in the first week of January of this year, on January 6th, sorry, Madison, I know that's a date that really triggers you.
It does. It pisses me off.
Remember how upset you
does.
were? Okay.
Yeah.
So they fucking see him leaving the cemetery on January 6th in his little RAV4. He's like walking up to his car, and they end up arresting him. And as they do, because he has a fucking crowbar with him, they see that there are bones and skulls just chilling in the back seat of the car. And upon further investigation, he's got this burlap sack with him. And in the sack is the mummified remains of 2 small children, 3 more skulls, and several loose bones. From an article on The Guardian, quote, Gerlach allegedly acknowledged that he'd sold some remains online, but that the vast majority of them were in the basement of his home in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, about 70 miles away, said the search warrant cited by WHP-TV. Police searched Gerlach's Ephrata home the next day, and officers said they discovered human remains in the basement, on shelves, hanging from the ceiling, and at a storage locker. They found over 100 different sets of remains, like between his property. They searched his storage unit. I guess he had like 8 almost full skeletons in there. In total, as a result, he received hundreds of charges against him.
Good.
Over 100 counts of corpse abuse. And then in addition, all of the burglary and trespassing charges for each of the separate incidents. And he's currently in jail being held on $1 million bond, which I'm like, damn, they're taking it fucking seriously.
They're throwing the book at him.
Throwing the book at him. It's not very often that we get like a modern day grave robber like this.
Yeah, who Ed Gein? He's like Ed Gein Jr.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess to make money from selling the corpses, and I think he was genuinely like fascinated with the corpses. His Instagram account is like these very aesthetic skull pictures and stuff. So like he's very much into it, but also was very much profiting from it. So I guess that's the why. But like to me, if you're stealing corpses for profit, there's something extra fucked up about you, because there's a lot of illegal ways to make money. But stealing corpses, like that's somebody's family or child. Like you're fucking off. Like something is not right there. And I got pissed, which I'll talk about in a minute. But obviously, in the spirit of Jonathan, I had to do a little bit of digging for you Geoffs. I can't just give you the basics. I went sleuthing online because I'm like, I need to figure out fucking everything, right? I'm going to the Instagram. I'm going to Reddit. I'm on all these places. Well, allegedly his girl...
Wait, that is so cool about newer stories, because like I wish I could go back to these people from the 1700s, their social media.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Okay, so allegedly Jonathan's girlfriend is a photographer, and people are saying like she took pictures of all the schools for his Instagram account and everything, which is called Dead Shit Daddy. It has like 19,000 followers at time of recording. So people are like, there's no way she didn't fucking know about the pictures. Of
course.
But then I don't know if it was this girlfriend or a different girl, but then someone posted a picture of her in the chat and was like, this is the girlfriend. And they're like, no, that's not her. He hasn't been with that girl for a while. That girl's sweet. She has nothing to do with this. But then other people are like, well, if she was with him at all during this period, she fucking knew what was going on, because he had all of these fucking dismembered, like these remains in his house. And so I went deeper on Reddit, right? And I find this group called Creepy Bonfire, and somebody wrote Jonathan Gerlach, the new Ed Gein. They wrote, has anybody been following the case of this accused Pennsylvania grave robber? Authorities caught Gerlach in the act of robbing a grave and subsequently found the remains of hundreds of bodies in his home, including whole skeletons. A search of his storage unit found 8 more skeletons. This is a pretty wild case. But there's all these Jonathan Gerlach defenders in there, and they're like on his side. Like, that comparison is so unfair. It's a niche hobby. The cemetery was abandoned. I guarantee he's not the only one who did that. He's not a monster, okay? He's just a thief. That's what he's guilty of. He's guilty of
People are so wild.
Oh my
Their
God.
Justifications for shit.
Oh, somebody else commented, this. I know him, and he's not a super creepy killer type. He was actually a social butterfly, and he was a lead singer in a popular local alt metal band. I think he had a genuine interest in osteology and became an obsession that maybe just went too far. And like, that's
and
fine.
John Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy were like stand-up people in society. Like, girl,
pack it up.
Off.
And like, that's fine. Like, this is the thing. That's fine. But somebody who desecrates graves very much is a monster. Like, I think somebody who takes a child's corpse to sell it is a fucking monster. And I think you're a weird bitch if you defend it, because here's the thing. People become so disconnected because they're like, okay, well, yeah, that person was buried 100 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a child's remains. If that child was buried yesterday or 100 years ago, there is no difference there. Pulling their remains out and taking them and selling them to profit off of them makes you a fucking weirdo. You're a fucking weird person if you're doing that, and you're weirder if you're defending it. He's not going to pick you.
And don't give me the bullshit of he's genuinely interested in osteology. Then go to medical school.
Yeah.
You're in Philadelphia. Go to the Mutter Museum.
Yeah, honey, go down to the Mutter
Museum.
Museum.
Your wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you're not going to do is go desecrate a child's grave. You're fucking weird. That's the kind of shit where I'm just like, no, he's just misunderstood. Mom,
Please.
Let me date him. He dug up the bodies because he just likes osteology. Okay? It's like,
and I'm going to bring up your am I the asshole from last week with that kid who was into death and whatever. This is not the same. Until he has a corpse hanging in his basement. This is not the same.
Yep.
Then we'll talk.
So we're still kind of waiting to
wild.
see what happens there. He's just being held on bail. That's all we know of right now. But I'm like, thank God for the internet, because it led me down some rabbit holes. And I'll also throw a big old allegedly for all of that. Because innocent till proven guilty, I guess.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to keep us posted on this. You
I
need to
will.
put like a mark in your calendar.
I know. Well, so January 20th which I know this comes out after that, but we won't know until next week. But I think that's his like first like pre-trial or something.
Okay. I would love to fly to Philly or wherever the trial is and try to get in.
Let's go.
Seriously.
Let's go.
Fuck.
But yeah,
wow.
That's what had me spinning in my coffin this week.
Oh my God. Well, thank you.
And I was safe there. Thank God I was in my coffin and not spinning in Jonathan Gerlach's house.
Well, you're not safe in your coffin. It's up to him.
No.
Terrible.
Dig me right up.
Wow. And that just happened.
Well, it just happened. And whether you're left there in your coffin or dug out, either way, there's usually an obituary for you. And I think it's just about that time, Madison.
There usually is. And this obituary, I think, goes so well with everything that we just talked about, okay? It's for W.E. Thompson. It says, fugitives. Whether a body snatcher or the father of a movie star could run, but they could not hide from Atlanta Police Department Detective W.E. Thompson. Hunting down and catching people fleeing from the law was the most satisfying part of Mr. Thompson's 28-year police department career, said his wife, Thelma Thompson of Marietta. He could tell immediately if someone was lying. He had that second sense, she said. I couldn't hide anything from him. Mr. Thompson would nab one fugitive after a high-speed car chase, another in a sting operation, and yet another after a gun battle. He had a number of miraculous escapes, his wife said. One man shot right at Bill, but his gun misfired. The funeral for W.E. Thompson, 75, who died at his Marietta residence Saturday of complications from a stroke, is at 2 p.m. today, and all that information. Mr. Thompson did not discuss his work with his wife because he didn't want her to worry. She had to learn about his exploits in newspaper articles, she said. One such article reported his capture of Charles Void Harrelson, father of actor Woody Harrelson, under indictment for a hired killing in Texas, which did not know any of this. Yeah. Harrelson fled to Atlanta and rented a room in a house on Holderness Street. Mr. Thompson and other fugitive squad detectives put the house under surveillance after being alerted by Texas authorities. Armed with shotguns, Mr. Thompson and his fellow officers routed Mr. Harrelson out of bed, and he surrendered without incident. When a man stole his lover's body from a Hapville funeral home in August of 1965, it was Mr. Thompson who received the tip that solved the case, his wife said. He worked the case for 5 days, then turned in a report recommending warrants be issued. His supervisor was reading the report when the body, dumped on a Jasper County farm, was discovered by a man looking for muscadine grapes. The body snatcher was still at large, but not for long. By 1987, Mr. Thompson was ready to retire and wanted more than boating and camping to keep him busy. He bought 6 acres of Douglasville and completed their framed in-house, his wife said. He built a barbecue house to charcoal pork ribs and pork loin, his specialty, with surprise sauce. Instead of using his second sense on liars, he used it to create barbecue sauces. There was no secret recipe, his wife said. He just used his imagination. Bill never looked at a recipe. Survivors include 3 sons, a daughter, and 10 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren.
Aww.
Love it.
Love
anyone who's and anyone who's catching body snatchers.
Anyone who's catching bodies. I have one that we're just so on theme today. This is from the Buffalo News, 1881, and it says a grave robber killed.
Okay.
It says Mount Vernon, January 19th, Monday evening, 3 men attempted a grave robbery near Gann, this county. Get ready, because it has one of my favorite things in it. When near the bottom of the grave, they struck a torpedo.
A coffin torpedo?
That had been placed on top of the coffin for protection. A fucking coffin torpedo.
Fuck in action. I love it.
I've never heard of one like actually being used before. I've just heard of them as a concept always. It exploded instantly, killing a man named Dipper and breaking a leg of one other whose name cannot be learned. The third party, who was keeping watch, succeeded in getting his companions into a sleigh, taking flight and evading arrest.
Okay, Santa.
Girl, it's giving Santa. Santa was a grave robber.
The Big Dipper is dead, girl.
But that's what you fucking get
That
for
is what you
trying to
get.
desecrate a grave. That fucking
Yeah.
Jonathan Gerlach.
Those were old graves.
Yeah.
Those were old graves.
Could have been a coffin
Yeah.
torpedo. Learn your
Love.
lesson. Yeah.
Love. Oh my God.
I'd call them a
Those.
couple of dumbasses.
I would too.
And speaking of, it's that time. We have spun in our coffins.
We have bitched our obituaries.
Means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Who you got?
Okay, you guys, I don't know if this is real or fake, but we were sent this quite a bit, and it's from 2020, and the just image that this article
I'm going to say it was real.
cracked me up.
Because 2020, anything went.
True. Absolutely true. This is from mandatory.com. It says, look.
Wait,
up
that'd
in
be
the
a good
sky.
drag name. Manda Tori.
Cute.
Yep.
Look. Up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's our friend Florida man hanging from a traffic light and pooping on cars. Yes, in a surprise to nobody, a Florida man named Roy Stern was recently apprehended after he reportedly climbed a Miami traffic light, dropped trowel, and defecated on cars passing below.
God.
Both police and the fire department were called to the scene, and a ladder was used to bring the man back down to the ground, but only after they made him use hand sanitizer. Authorities state that the man was high on crystal meth and marijuana at the time, which just makes this story even more incredible because when we smoke weed, the last thing we want to do is any sort of physical activity. Yeah, but mixed with meth, honey?
Girl.
Still, the fact that Stern was able to climb the light, single-handedly remove his trousers, and literally take a shit on Miami is quite the feat. We get performance anxiety simply standing next to someone else at the urinal. So our hat is off to Mr. Stern. Hopefully he doesn't poop in it. I don't care if it's real or fake. I love it.
Would be friends with this guy who very much real. This is just from last week. Also a Florida man.
Okay.
We're about to go on a journey.
Oh, no.
A Florida man, this is from ABC7, was arrested after deputies found a gun hidden beneath silicone prosthetic breasts he was wearing while trespassing at a construction site, according to authorities.
Okay, love it.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office identified him as 39-year-old Matthew Zaccarino of Altamonte Springs. Sheriff Grady Judd announced the news in a social media post on Monday, noting that Zaccarino was also wearing lingerie. They put it all out there. Put him on blast.
Oh, yeah. Is that one? I think that's that one deputy who's like real shady.
Just goes in. He said a lace bra, a G-string, and a hidden gun. Folks, you can't make this up. It is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know that guy was feeling the fucking fantasy. I want to put on lingerie, big fake tits, and hold a gun.
Oh, why not? And walk past a construction site?
Oh my God.
He said, as our deputies approached him to see what he's doing on the construction site, we see this dude wearing a red lace bra with a prosthetic silicone breast, Judd said in the footage. Well, then we noticed he's wearing a G-string. Then they searched and found the gun. He said he was on his way to a costume party, Judd said, adding that while deputies asked Zaccarino where the party was, he didn't give them an answer and stopped talking. Can you imagine that, Judd says? He's mad at us for trying to figure out why he's wearing lace bras with guns and G-strings or G-somethings. It was ugly. It was so ugly. Anyway, he went to jail. Have a good day. I'm like, that feels like criminal almost. I'm like, let him go. He's probably so embarrassed.
Live. Yeah, is he like licensed to carry and all that?
I mean, it's Florida. I don't even think you need one. Just do it.
Let him feel it.
I know, but that was shady.
That was shady, actually. Yeah.
But I'm also for public shaming, not for that case necessarily, but for like people that put others' lives at risk, like drunk drivers and stuff. I'm like,
100%.
Remember there was that thing where like put them in barrels and make them roll down the street. Yeah. Let's go back to teaching lessons. Yeah.
I like that. I agree with that. Unless anything happens to me, then I'm like,
I'm innocent.
No.
I didn't do it. I swear.
I wish that we lived in like a little teeny town together with like a town square. We just like walk around.
Menaces. What would happen there? Oh, God. Well,
Well, we've got to go off to our book club.
We're going to go off to our book club. If you're interested in joining our book club, it's patreon.com/cultleader. You can go find our newest read there, which this month is Signs by Laura Lynn Jackson.
I'm so excited for that.
I can't wait. But that is it for the week. We will see you guys next time for some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb
ass
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.